Hey everyone, it's me again. And I don't really want to do this before every video or any stupidity I keep on making, but I have to. Just if there's any new person around here expecting something good. And I'm saying this shit is not gonna be good. So if you don't like this shit, click away and unsub if you want. And let's get started. Dear Usagi. Yeah, I don't think I really need to say this much of emotional stuff, because at this point, I think that my emotions have already begun to run out. I'm not just gonna go with it and say, hopefully you're doing well. Hopefully you're doing fantastic. So, today is April 2nd. It's Tuesday, and it's 8:21 p.m. and it's 23 degrees outside. And I might be really fucked up because I just took a shower. It's been already 9 days ever since this whole thing. Some people would just think that it's a petty saying and really normal. But honestly, it's not, and it will never be normal. It's been 9 days ever since I took the results, and to tell you the truth, I've still had more doubts inside me that maybe something is actually wrong. Not with me, but with how things are getting managed. Because really, if doctors are gonna make me fail left and right, and then really nothing matters. And at this point, am I supposed to trust myself or trust whatever the fuck every old elderly person says? Yesterday I completely slept very early. But until when? Literally the fetch time. Yeah. Literally slept all the way until the Fajr prayer time. And with that, I completely missed on my water drinking time. Like my last hours to drink water. And as a result, I completely have been losing my sleep. And when did I sleep? And when did I exactly wake up? It's 6 a.m. or some shit. Yeah, gotta love waking up very early at a day that isn't even a college day. And to make it much worse, there was barely any kind of Sailor Moon dreams coming onto me, nor even my imagination was working. Not just because of someone is invading my mind, but because of, well, every single one of you sailors are getting out of my head. Yeah, you could thank good old Yusuke for that, and his Yu Yu Hakusho opening for the Genesis. It's kind of funny that literally first thing literally my first ever interaction with Sailor Moon is a Genesis beat-em up game. Then Yu Yu Hakusho comes in, was also a Genesis game, with a catchy title theme song that is based upon the TV show's opening. Jeez. It's like, at this point, Genesis really does what Nintendo, cause Nintendo didn't even bother putting the goddamn, original openings to any of their SNES games. Maybe they did, maybe they didn't. Cause all what I know is Smile Bomb and Unbalanced Kiss. If there were any other vocal themes that were actually implemented inside a SNES game, one of the SNES game as an ending or as an opening, let me know down in the comments. Yeah. I'm now literally asking people in my comments. It's like as if you'd never existed. Oh well. Anyways, and literally after I finished, and thanks to that wrong and long sleeping, I woke up at 3 p.m. Literally a few hours after noon, and it's not even a good awakening. And to make matters even worse, more delays kept on coming up. To the point that before I took a shower, I've got my realization that I still do not want to study. I am still wanting to just spend my time not doing anything. And to make it even worse, literally, it's almost as if every single mental image or any kind of image inside my head about you or the other girls are just disappeared. It's as if the franchise's words have been completely dying out. I guess I am a second bunhead, or a bitch boy according to a mental image of Yusuke. And even if Yusuke doesn't actually say bitch boy, I got the feeling from a few meme videos that he literally shit talks people. And that might be probably his first nickname to me. Bitch boy. And you might be asking me this question. What the hell was all about the Minako inspiring you? Were you not actually inspired? Were you lying to us? Are you really a Sailor Moon fan? Are you really that horrible? Well, all those? Yes. And maybe not. Like, there are tons of questions that I'm gonna be asked about. But if there's one question that can be answered immediately, it's literally me still being a bitch boy. Now, here's the thing. I didn't actually want to be, this kind of bitch boy who still does bitch boy things. As a matter of fact, like, I'm totally over the fact that I was quote unquote doing an effort on whatsoever, but I'm not over the fact that I literally still don't want to study. Just, again, fucked up. Really fucked up. And it literally goes to my head. What the hell do I even want in life if Sailor Moon isn't working with me? Nor, like if regular stuff didn't work out with me, nor Sailor Moon is working out with me. What the hell does work out with me? And honestly, sometimes I feel like changing that. And another time, I completely don't feel like doing anything anymore. As a matter of fact, I might just let the book stay and just not bother with it at all. Again, like last semester. Like, who the hell would want to even study or do anything after 4 times failure? not just any kind of failure. It's a failure in the middle of Ramadan. And, well, things are just not helping. Nothing is helping. It's as if the inspiration that I've literally had back at Friday has completely died out. But I do wonder one thing. Why the hell do I still exist then? Do I really keep lying to myself and everyone? More importantly, am I still convinced that fictional beings cannot motivate you? I mean, I'm pretty sure that at least like 1.0005% has actually, has actually had fictional characters motivate them to do stuff in real life. Either that, or I may be wrong, and it's like at least 50% of people believe in fictional motivation. It could be in the image of watching an episode. It could be in the image of finishing a video game, or watching a scene in any kind of media, or listening to a song, or listening to a quote, or it could be anything. Hell, they could even have a figurine of their favorite protagonist or whatsoever, or a plushie, and when they look at them, they pretty much get that little motivation. I guess that little inspiration that I've had wasn't enough. And yeah, I guess all I need is more than just a mental image and a figurine of the Cosbians. Because, like, literally, I've been sometimes making scenarios in my head about me having an Usagi plushie, and I'm just having the best time. And of course, with an extra mile of imagination, the plushie has some kind of a, absolutely low quality doll-like voice that actually talks and literally says, "Big brother, where are you going? You're gonna leave me here and stuff." And it goes to even an extra mile. And I sometimes imagine that this plushie is transforming into an actual internal Sailor Moon, or just Usagi in the Sailor Star school costume. Yeah. I know what you might be thinking. You probably still don't want to hear this kind of shit from me, since that you already know that I'm still bitch boy. Ain't that right? I know you might be watching this, Yusuke, or Oramishi, or Urameshi, according to Kawabara. Like, Urameshi? Seriously? Did they have to mess up the pronunciation this bad? Like, I've heard of messed up pronunciation or localized names, but my god, Urameshi? You're literally calling someone a meshi, which does not make any sense at all. It's supposed to be at least Urameshi. Like, if we're completely being accurate to the pronunciation, at least say it Urameshi or Orameshi. Like, if they said it Orameshi, that would have been alright, but Urameshi? Like, it's like people who are ROM hacking out there, please make a ROM hack that changes the announcer's voice instead of the good old Japanese urabishi. Make them have the Kawabara Urameshi voice. I would love to hear that Urameshi goddamn voice inside a goddamn announcer's voice, digitized in SNES or Japanese. I swear. That would be extremely hilarious. But now's not the time to get drifted off the main topic. Yosuke might be watching this already, and, well, he might be already saying something like, damn, this guy's a true bitch boy. He's a fucking sissy boy. And he's not wrong. I am actually a sissy boy after all. Some fan and a big brother I turned out to be. But if there's something that rest assured is that once I find that inspiration inside me again, and once I, well, actually commit myself to it, that will be the time where I can actually say that I'm trying, that I'm making an effort, that I'm, back on that good old grind like good old times. You know what I truly miss? I miss every day going and getting back from school. It surely wasn't heaven, nor the tasks and chores and all the ridiculous stuff that used to happen back then was like, entirely the best day, nor the holidays were great or immensely cathartic, but at the very least, what I'm doing actually had a goddamn meaning. And maybe there were a few friends and few girls that were actually talking to me along the way. And teachers were praising me for being able to answer a few questions that they ask. At least when I raise my hand, that is. Because they usually just don't pick up people who raise their hand. Or choose randomly. Yapping level catastrophic. Put that up. If anyone literally editing this kind of video, put that one meme that says yapping level and the pointer goes to catastrophic. Yeah, that's inspired by a guy who literally makes meme videos and putting AI generated mods into GTA. Back to our little thing. I used to answer most of the questions the teachers ask in class pretty, good. And I was getting praised for it. Hell, some of the bullies and assholes that I used to meet on the way, they were actually praising me. And some of them were completely jealous and they just don't want to, show it. Not to mention teachers and tutors outside of school. When I was taking tutoring lessons, I was literally doing near perfect in most of it. Well, not really near perfect, but I was at least doing well. And when there were tests or whatsoever, I usually was being able to pass most of them. Even if, some of the marks did not go as how I expect, nor as how I wanted, but at least the results were peaceful and were actually something to look forward to. I miss those days. I miss the time before second year. The time when all of what's in my head was video games and most of the goddamn animes that I used to watch. Like hell, I used to be wanting to play Dragon Ball Z Battle of Z emulation like anytime soon. Or, you know, missing the time that I've been wanting to, you know, play some of that Dragon Ball Z Budokai on the PS2 emulator, or Dragon Ball Z Shin Budokai, or even Burst Limit. And all the times when I've been when I've been watching Attack on Titan, especially first or 10th or whatever episode that I was on. And the craziest thing about this, I was clearly having fun. And then I was listening to songs. I was vibing and having fun. And so on, you know. And most of the time, when I was having a holiday, sure, again, the results weren't always pleasant, but at least it wasn't as catastrophic as the ones that I have nowadays. Literally 2 subjects each year. Like, what the fuck? Like, the time that I was actually thought that I was gonna fail in was at literally second year. Like, I was close to be failing at some point. But guess the fuck what? I've passed. I've completely passed. Which is something that I've been completely wishing for. Another thing that I completely miss, or people at least, are first my grandpa. My grandpa, which is my mom's dad. He was actually nice to me and kind to me. He used to be offering me lots of crazy stuff. Most of them I reject and others I completely accept. And hell, I used to be sitting down in his workshop and actually playing on his PC when I was a kid. And there were lots of times when I had to stop playing because my uncle or my grandpa had to get the PC so that he can, you know, do some work for some of his clients. And I sometimes used to spend time with him outside the workshop, in the house, or any of this. I truly miss him. Now that he has passed away, nothing does feel the same. And secondly, is my beautiful aunt, which is one of my mom's friends. She was originally from France, and she literally passed away due to one of the deadly stages of cancer. And she was young, very nice. She used to be giving me a lot of hugs. It was pretty affectionate and sometimes playful to me. Like, she was seriously an amazing person to have around. And I literally used to always want to go to her house. Not just for her, but literally for the stuff that her children had. Ranging from a Nintendo Wii, a 3DS, a PS4 later on, and so on. And literally a PSP with at least GTA Vice City stories. That's right. And no, wanna make this even more crazier? Yeah, I've used to see a real PSP who's Dragon Ball Z Shin Budokai. One of the Shin Budokais at least. Like, seriously? Like, seriously? She was amazing. And the fact that, well, she had to pass away this early, especially at an age where she was looking like old and sounding like an old woman, but she's actually very young and a very nice person, and maybe was completely cheerful. And of course, last but not least, my sister. She is alive, yes, but not the same way as she literally used to be back when we were kids. Back when we were kids, she was to pester me, like a lot, to try and watch one of her shows or try one of her games, ranging from Sailor Moon into lots of the the all out girls cast anime, especially ones that I can clearly remember in the back of my head. Good old Kaiichi Maid-sama. Yeah. Along with otherwise like Tokyo Mew, Fushigi Yugi, and Free Iwatobi Swimming Club, and those other few episodes and whatsoever. And there was Angel Beats, and so on. I remember we were getting, pestered a lot to play most of those games. Along with that, I used to play with her lots of goddamn good stuff. Like, Sonic Heroes, that 2003 PC Ninja Turtles game, Yu-Gi-Oh! Power of Chaos, Yu-Gi-Oh! Destiny game, Sonic Heroes, either in a multiplayer game or in a single player, where each one of us can play as two teams, and the other plays as his two teams. Mine was Sonic and Chaotix. Hers was Rose and Dark. Cause she literally liked the fuck out of Shadow. Yeah. And she also used to like Zero and Proto Man. Guess, well, some edgy people were her type and all this shit. And finally, like, yeah. And honestly, the more I think of those lost days, the more I literally think that I have lost my life in general. Like, especially when most of them are lost onto really bullshit stuff. Like, how could that happen? I don't fucking know anymore. Well, again, things could have been much better. You know what I also miss? My very old PS2 console. Yes, it's a very old and millennial console. But remember, this was the one console that I used to have lots of fun with before discovering the PS3 and all of its cyber cafe madness, and the PS4 and all of its overpriced bullshit games back then. Starting from Harry Potter's Half-Blood Prince on the PS2, into Transformers Revenge of the Fallen, Naruto Ultimate Ninja 4 and later on 5, GTA Liberty City and Vice City Stories, and the freaking modified San Andreas, and so on. All the way until Star Wars The Clone Wars, Benton Alien Force, and good old, Kung Fu Panda, Shrek the Third, Marvel Superhero Squad, and that one Powerpuff Girls game, Yogi Capsule Monster Coliseum. Literally a lot of crazy games back then. And whenever some of these games come over, it's like a brand new goddamn day has come to us. And one time, I found out that literally, and I mean literally, a lot of my lost PlayStation 2 discs, I found out that they were somehow were trapped inside the my freaking very old PC container. Like it was trapped in one of those old, one of those freaking weird places. Like literally, it was a hugely weird and a dangerous place for a PlayStation 2 disc to be trapped in. And one of them was Star Wars The Clone Wars Republic Heroes. Like holy shit. Literally to find out that most of my PlayStation 2 games were trapped inside a PC container? What the fuck? Yeah. And so on with a lot of things. And boy, a lot of time has already passed and it's 32 minutes in. Long story short, I really miss my old life. And the fact that I have completely, that I feel that, well, I'm feeling my freaking love and emotions that I've got from Sailor Moon, and Sailor Moon itself is completely fading away. It's pretty much one of those effects. And then again, am I going to be able to act upon it? Probably not. I guess both of us are bunheads. But at least, you as a bunhead would actually like act upon, some kind of a motivation. At least you would be doing what's needed, even if it's a very horrid study session. You actually pull it off. Do everything that's needed. Or else you wouldn't be able to stick up to your friends all the way until Cosmos and shit. Or even get married with good old Darian. For me, I was literally supposed to act upon my inspiration like 2 days ago. And I didn't. Just like that. I'm a bunhead, a bitch boy, and pretty much the biggest piece of shit. Do I want to still be a piece of shit? No. But do I want to do anything about it? Absolutely not. And you know what? Talking about this right now might either awaken or just empty lots of tensions that I used to have inside, and then move on with the day. Because again, I'm clearly the worst goddamn person in the entire world. Fuck. What a some goddamn person I turned out to be. I could literally imagine the others would be pissed by now. Well, maybe I am playing games, but with everyone's minds and hearts. Because once again, in reality, I don't want to study. I don't want to do education anymore. I'm done with it. As a matter of fact, I might just run away from the entire thing and take my 2 years of army, but as a result, I won't be able to find any kind of job. Not even as a fucking freelancer. Not even the freelancers would literally accept my ass. And I wouldn't even be able to put a goddamn CV. Like, sure, I'm gonna be gradually having those goddamn English course certificates, but what the hell is it gonna be, good for when I don't have a college degree? Oh well. Oh well. I guess that's what I get for, well, sticking my head into my ass for too long. Yusuke would probably shout it and say, "You better get your head out. I literally have expected you to get your head out of your ass, but I didn't see that fucking happen." And he's right. I didn't get my head out of my ass ever since literally like the past 2 goddamn years of French. No, ever since high school in general. You know what? Maybe I should just end this right there. Any more yapping, and nothing's gonna make sense anymore. And you might be probably dizzy by now. Well, guess that'll be it. Sailor Moon has been officially disbanded. And everything like the title of Big Brother, Loving Fan, or maybe the Son of Serenity, the long lost son of Queen Serenity, is about to be evaporated into thin air, with nothing left to grab, except for my vanishing dust. And I can't really blame it, cause once again, I'm just a bitch boy. A bitch boy that never got his head out of his ass. And if anyone comes to my comments literally telling me and raging and, mash at me about how much I need to get my head out of my ass because of everything, I'm gonna completely understand, because I need a person to literally tell this kind of thing to me in real life. Or maybe just slap me in the fucking face, because that way I'll wake up. But instead I get slapped inside the heart and mind, which is much more painful than a physical slap. Oh, how I wish that I just die already. But then again, there's always something that literally clings me to life. What the fuck is it? I don't know. But I really hope that we can never meet again. Or... Alright, enough yapping out of me. I'm cutting this short. But seriously, Usagi, if you can materialize yourself into any shape and appear into my reality as pretty much anything, a brooch, a tiara, a plushie, a figurine, some kind of a digital clock, please do. Because, once again, nowadays, even with everything that I have completely said, I still need you. I still need you to get my own head out of my ass. To help me get better. To get me out of this bullshit. To get me out of this fucking cycle that's been filled with nothing but failure and despair. Help me, Usagi. 'Cause you're literally the only ones that I have. Not even AI can help me anymore. Yours truly, your loving fan and big brother, signing out.